Hey, Ricky.
Hey,
man.
Mike, are you okay?
Lately I've been trying to get us some sponsors, right?
You've tried. I recall Bacta.
Yeah.
That was an interesting attempt.
We just finished up the Thanksgiving holidays, and
Yeah.
we had an issue with our last sponsor.
Okay.
Well, I did a Thanksgiving promotional for the show that didn't go as planned.
I must have missed that. I didn't see it.
Well, at the time it seemed like a good idea.
Okay.
Our sponsor, it's a small radio station. They asked if we
okay.
would. Yeah, they asked if we would do a turkey promotion.
Give away turkeys. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. People like getting turkeys for Thanksgiving.
The problem is it didn't go very well, Ricky.
Okay. You just hand frozen turkeys out to people, right?
Well, that's what I thought. But, everything seemed to go really well up till...
the turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement.
And then
running around pushing each other. Oh my goodness! Oh, the humanity!
And just when you thought it was over,
I really don't know how to describe it. It was like the turkeys mounted a counterattack. It was almost as if they were organized.
And so and the only response I got back from our sponsor was...
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Maybe we should stop promoting in Cincinnati from now on.
Yeah.
It's the Speaking Nerdy podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend and compadre, Mr. Ricky Poe.
I love that episode.
I love that too. Like...
God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly.
And what's funny is they can fly, but in the context of that, they
only fly short distances, not very high off the ground.
Not from 3,000 feet.
Not from a helicopter.
Oh folks, if you haven't seen the WKRP turkey drop, find it. It's on YouTube in its entirety.
It's so funny.
It is a Thanksgiving tradition every year.
Yes.
So much is going on tonight. The holidays, we just got done with Turkey Day. I am stuffed.
Happy holidays.
I looked.
Yes.
I was real excited to see on Facebook that your bride Marie was back.
Yes,
we're home
again.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's keep it that way.
We were home for 2 weeks, and she was in the hospital for a week, and now we're back home again. Here's hoping we can make it through Christmas this time.
That'd be a great gift, right?
Yes, that would be fantastic.
We'll be hoping and praying that is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes.
So,
I keep... Okay, going back to the turkey drop, the church that I attend, we do an Easter egg drop every year.
You drop rabbits? Do you drop rabbits? Because I would love to see the kids' expression seeing bunnies coming from the sky.
I keep forgetting, but every once in a while I think, I need to send this as a recommendation to the pastor. We drop Easter eggs at Easter. Maybe for Thanksgiving we could drop turkeys.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
I gotta remember to do that next year.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd
Jermaine
be awesome.
will come unglued. I'm sure
I
he's
would
seen
love
it,
that.
but remind me next year.
I will do that, my friend. We've got a lot of news. A lot's happening.
Yes, we do.
In the nerdy news.
Yes.
A few things are interesting. You want to hit upon some of that?
Sure. Let's go with this one first because I think it is the most bizarre of the set.
Go ahead.
Harrison Ford, as we all know, Harrison Ford is reprising his role as Indiana Jones
That's right.
for the 5th episode, which shouldn't exist. But
I got a bad feeling about this.
That's right.
I do too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the director is saying, James Mangold is saying that there will be a de-aged Harrison Ford so that he can fight Nazis.
Oh my god! You know, I don't know if our technology is that advanced yet. I mean, we can do a little, but
I don't know. I mean,
I'm just talking about for yeah. I'm
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford is quoted as saying, "This is the first time I've seen it where I believe it." I don't know if that was a good Harrison Ford or not, but
it was a little Dirty Harry Harrison Ford.
Yeah. It was actually
good.
me trying to impersonate Mark Hamill impersonating Harrison Ford.
That's good.
You
did a good job. Yeah.
Hey kid. But if you haven't seen that impersonation,
I've seen that.
you have to see it. That is brilliant. But he says it's convincing, and from what I'm reading, the movie is going to start, or at least have some scenes between 1939, which was the setting for the Last Crusade, the last good one, and 1957, which is when the Crystal Skull is set. So I'm guessing that's going to be the de-aged part, and then we'll come back to because then we're supposed to jump forward to 1969, where we won't see a de-aged Harrison Ford.
No, we won't.
Even though he really isn't supposed to be like 80, like he is.
And he's still fighting ex-Nazi space engineers from NASA or some weird thing I was reading. On top of that, too, I was reading also he has a daughter. Instead of, I guess, Shia LaBeouf is not returning. I guess he's not going to come back.
That I have not read, honestly. I have read very, very little about this. I'm so not excited about this movie.
The reason I have been reading it because it's so strange to me. It's beyond. I don't understand Harrison Ford, his thinking. Let's kill off Han Solo because he's not a developed character, and then let's go ahead and bring Indiana Jones, which is the same cookie cutter each time. So anyway, I digress. So what else do we have?
Well, along with changing things up, we have a big shakeup at Disney.
I heard.
And Chapek is out, and Bob Iger is returning as the CEO of Disney.
Oh, that's odd.
So it is a little odd. Now, Bob Iger was with Disney for 15 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
And he was there during the major acquisitions. He was there for Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and the latest Fox acquisition.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So he has done major things with Disney. And Chapek's only been there for 2 years. Mind you, they're kind of the worst 2 years you could ever be anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they were COVID and then surviving COVID and then recovering from COVID.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't survive 2 years as a CEO of a major corporation during that time period either.
Well, do they have any background on this? Is it he's leaving cordially, or is this is something he's being forced out? Any feeling?
I read one place that he was fired. That I only read that one place, but I have also read that he wasn't allowed to make really a statement of leaving.
Okay.
So that kind of makes me think maybe the fired thing is right, but I haven't honestly read much about it. Now, apparently Bob Iger has been still involved with Disney over the last 2 years.
Okay.
Just as a more minor, a little more backseat role, less in the public, but he's kind of been doing some things with Disney. So bringing him back in isn't going to be a huge leap for them because he never really quite left.
Gotcha.
But this will be, he's going to be the CEO again. Who knows? What is the plan states that he's going to be there for 2 years. That's all he gets.
Yeah.
He gets 2 years, and one of his major goals is to get them back on track, and the other major goal is to make a transition to a new CEO.
Gotcha. Now I don't understand. I didn't realize they were off track, honestly. But
well, yeah, I mean,
I couldn't tell anything different from before and now. I mean, you like you said, 2 years of an epidemic, and
yeah, one Bob left, the other Bob came in.
Huh.
It's been such a weird 2 years.
It's odd.
I mean, I would say I don't know that I would notice that there's a major difference, other than maybe there's some higher ups or board members that felt like Chapek should have done more or done it faster. I don't know. It's an interesting. This is like the head honcho. We're not talking about director of Disney Studios.
Exactly.
We're not talking about the head of Marvel or the head of Star Wars. We're talking everything.
Yeah.
He's going to be overseeing the parks and all of the
Gotcha.
properties they own as far as Marvel goes and DC or Marvel and Star Wars and whatever else they own now.
Yeah.
Soon to be Star Trek. But I won't be surprised if in the next 2 years if they don't buy something.
I'm sure.
I'm sure. That's totally in the vein of possibility, especially since he's overseen some major things like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's kind of the big thing there. Speaking of Disney, Marvel has announced that Blade does now have a new director.
Oh, good.
Helmer Jan Demange. I probably butchered that name, but I'm going to go with it. He is going to be directing the Blade film, and what I also read is that Michael Starsbury is writing a fresh script. So they've ditched the original script. They're rewriting from scratch, and my understanding is the previous director left because of some differences of opinion on how the character should go and how the story should go. So probably ditching the story is probably a good idea. But Mahershala Ali is still involved, and apparently he's excited about the new direction. So
that's good.
Now, my big thing is they haven't changed the release date. It's still slated for September 6th, 2024. Mind you, they were supposed to start shooting this month.
This month, yeah.
Now they're rewriting the script.
Oh,
so I don't know if they're going to be able to fulfill that. I won't be surprised if this movie doesn't get pushed back to 2025.
And that's true. And how much are they going to be? How much is going to be rewritten too? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a little debatable. What I read said it was a fresh script.
Oh, well, there you go.
As though they were writing from scratch.
Yeah, well,
But that doesn't mean they didn't have story points that aren't going to change. You know, it's like maybe they already had story things. They're like, you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do this. Now, you can decide how those three things happen.
Yeah.
But they were in the original script. They were in the, they were in pre-production before that. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what I'm hearing. That's really only one other thing. I don't have an image for this. But for those who are maybe a little younger than us, Jason David Franks, the Green Power Ranger, passed away.
Yeah, I heard
this
about
past
that.
week.
Yeah.
Or week before, I'm not sure exactly how long ago it was.
That.
But he passed away at 49, so he's actually around our age.
Yeah.
Pretty young. No one has actually confirmed. I've seen a lot of conjecture on how he died, and not in a good circumstance. But no one has confirmed that.
Anything confirmed? Okay.
Yeah, nobody in the family, and nobody in the like his publicist and things like that. Gotcha. Nobody there has confirmed how he passed. But a lot of people, say it was not under a great circumstance. But it's sad days.
It is. We lost a lot. We lost a lot of good sci-fi entertainers out there.
I know.
It's been an interesting month.
Yeah, and this one's. I actually didn't have this one written down at all. But and you may not be super familiar with him, but Gray Fredrickson passed away.
Oh, really?
Yes. You know who Gray is?
He actually.
Oh, yeah. You worked there.
Yes.
So for those who aren't familiar with Gray, Gray Fredrickson was a producer for the Godfather movies, a lot of other movies that I can't even...
Apocalypse Now was another
Apocalypse
one.
Now, a bunch of movies. And he actually worked here locally in the Oklahoma City area, teaching at a film school. Yeah. And Mike was worked in the IT department of that film school. I'd forgotten you worked there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gray passed away this past week.
Yeah, that's sad. He was
sure
really,
I think he was around 70.
I believe so.
That's what I read. 69, 70, something in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So not really old, but I didn't read anything that said any particular thing like it wasn't a particular illness, but he passed away this week. So another sad loss to the filmmaking industry.
Yeah.
Because he was still producing.
Oh, yeah, and he was really down to earth, and he was still producing, and he did a lot for the school. He did a lot for bringing actually the film industry within the state of Oklahoma. And so he was a big force behind that, so he will be missed.
Tons of my filmmaking friends had studied with him previously.
Yeah.
So they were all very sad.
Well, I hate
I don't have any other news.
Yeah, it's hard to make a segue from this to stupid news. Thanks
sorry.
Thanks for the segue. That's gonna.
Well, I hadn't actually planned those two, but then they came to mind, and I was like, we'll mention them.
No, okay. Well, we'll try to.
Sorry.
We'll try to liven it up, folks, a little bit.
Okay. Well, we'll get into some stupid news, I guess.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
It's the Weird and Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
Well, we have heard a lot with Elon Musk. He's been on the news
a lot lately.
And for quite a while. And it especially in Austin, it can seem to, it's very hard for the people of Austin to avoid Elon Musk nowadays, especially if you live near his Tesla headquarters in Central Texas. And if that weren't enough, self-described massive Elon fans are now driving giant sculptures of Musk's face on a body of a goat, riding on a rocket around Austin.
What? What?
That's right. That's right.
Is this the they're saying that Elon Musk is the GOAT? Is this the greatest of all time? Is that what we're going for here?
Well, you've hit it on the nail, Mr. Ricky Pope.
Okay.
Basically, the sculpture's owner run a cryptocurrency firm called Elon Goat Token and say it's meant to pay homage to Musk's contribution to cryptocurrency. The sculpture is intended to symbolize that Musk is the GOAT, going back to what you just said, an acronym of the greatest of all time, which is why the billionaire head is on a body of a goat. That's right, folks. And this is the part that's interesting. The statue is more than 30 feet long and 20 feet tall, and Musk's head, which is wearing a Dogecoin necklace, is about 6 feet tall.
Oh my goodness.
The sculpture also includes a simulated rocket fire. It's smoke and laser and lighting that comes out of the rocket as a way to market and promote the cryptocurrency platform. Elon Goat Token owners hope to give Musk the statue in person. While there's no telling if Musk will accept the sculptor, owners hope to deliver on Saturday to Tesla headquarters after the company event titled Goats Giving. That's right, Goats Giving, a gathering for fans of Musk and cryptocurrency. The monument to Musk costs $600,000 to build.
Wow. Okay, so before we go further, I know Elon Musk created a perfume.
Yes.
Called Burnt Hair.
That was on my list of stupid news. And
it is?
No. I was going to do that, and then I thought I'm going to go with this instead and save that one for later. But go ahead, please indulge us.
Well, I don't know much about it. I just know it exists. It's a thing.
It is a thing.
And my first thought was, Elon, you already have the name for a perfume. Yes. Elon Musk.
I know.
That's the whole name. That's the whole name
it's brilliant.
of the perfume. But Burnt Hair.
Yes, it's Burnt Hair.
I'm sorry I ruined your stupid news for the future.
And he's a billionaire. I can't. I have no clue.
Runs the Boring Company.
Oh, no. And, this is probably from another show, but Twitter, bringing sinks into Twitter, lobby. Yeah. And anyway, that's for a different show.
I saw that video.
Yeah, that's for a different show.
Okay, so Elon Musk is bringing
a sink. Okay. Well,
okay. He brought everything and the kitchen sink.
I guess so.
So weird.
It is strange.
I like following Elon Musk.
I do too. He interesting
has
news.
More money than he knows what to do with.
Oh, apparently.
And then he just does things.
Yeah, he does things and then he leaves them in a mess and continues on. But
gosh.
I'm just kidding. We love Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, if you out there, hey, we'll take your money.
Yes. Would you like to advertise?
Oh, that's right. I think it's time to move on, don't you think?
Yes. Do we have more stupid news?
No, that's it. That's all I can handle.
This has been the Weird and Stupid News with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
Tonight we're going to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, I'm kind of confused. Are we going to do that
special?
Yes, that's true.
Is that what it's called?
We're going to do the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that.
That's the Star Wars Holiday Special logo that you put up.
There we go. That's exactly what I meant to put up. It's apparently it's we know in the past how well things went when Disney or Lucasfilm or somebody within that universe decides to do a holiday special. And we're hoping that, we just watched it today, actually. And and we'll talk a little bit about what we think and what it reminds us of, what it doesn't remind us of, and we'll just let you folks listen in and make your comments somewhere below, somewhere in the stratosphere. But
definitely, if you've seen the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, definitely leave us a comment. We would love to hear what you're
thinking. Yes, right. So anyway, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, it's basically it's all about getting a gift for Peter Quill, and what else is better than
saving Chris? They have to save.
They got to save Christmas, and that's right for Peter. And what's a better gift than Kevin Bacon, a true national treasure? That's right. If I think of the perfect Christmas gift, I do think of bacon comes to mind. Who doesn't love bacon? To mind.
I would accept bacon for Christmas, but I don't know that I want a Kevin Bacon for Christmas.
Things at first started off, I don't know, I had like this post-traumatic syndrome hit when suddenly I saw this scene of an animated version of Galaxy of the Guardian.
When I saw the animated thing pop on the screen, I was like, oh no. Are they really just going to make fun of the Star Wars holiday special and make this a variety show?
I mean, Peter Gunn, who was behind this, he did that on purpose. He has
absolutely. I mean, it didn't quite have the look.
No.
It did have kind of a weird classic animation style. Do you remember the old Lord of the Rings cartoon?
Yes, I do, exactly.
Not the Hobbit cartoon, the Lord of the Rings cartoon.
Yes.
It had kind of a weird animation style, and it felt a little like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It honestly, it felt like real people were in that space acting things out, and then somebody just drew over the top of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is pretty much how they did that kind of animation back then.
Exactly. It had that look to it. Like I said, it did bring the fear of the Star Wars holiday special back into my heart. But
yes.
Fortunately, that let's just say this is head over heels better than the holiday special of Star Wars in 1978. But
the storyline is somewhat more cohesive.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Most of the characters actually can speak words.
Yes, that's a good thing.
That's convenient.
That's good.
It doesn't really turn into a variety show, although there is a musical spot. There is
and actually basically it's like a Reaver's Christmas band. And actually is an actual band called Old 97.
Yes.
And they sing their alien version of Here It Is Christmas Time. And they changed the words in it, which I have a couple of quotes that I thought was real interesting they changed up, which I thought it was hilarious.
Yes.
Just since we're on the topic, in the beginning, it's basically during the credits, and Peter Quill is stopped by the head of the Reaver's Christmas Band. Again, it's from the actual band Old 97 that's in this Reaver's costumes and outfits. And they said they just picked up these Earth instruments that they wanting to try out to give, they wanted Peter Quill to, listen and see if they've got Christmas nailed down in this music. They just picked up.
Did they say they had just picked them up today?
Yes, they did. Yeah. And of course, at the end of all of that, Peter say, "You just got them today. You just
learned to play this today."
So a couple of things in the song, if you know the Old 97 version, but anyway, this is some of the lyrics that's in there. Santa is a furry freak with epic superpowers, a master burglar. if you don't leave milk and cookies out, he will put dung in your socks.
Yes.
If you're on the naughty list, he'll shoot missiles at your toes.
Yes. Okay, I loved that line.
Yeah,
and
I loved that one.
the minute I heard that line, the first thing that came to mind was the Futurama Christmas episodes.
Oh yeah, I love
because
those.
Santa is a robot and everyone is on the naughty list.
That's right.
And Santa only comes to kill and destroy in Futurama. So when I heard the mistletoes, he'll shoot missiles at your toes. I was like, oh my gosh, that made me think of that.
Exactly. And the other one I like is he might roast your chestnuts with his powerful flamethrowers, and all elves will rise up and stab out Santa's eyes. So that
Yes.
was pretty funny. But
Such a weird
it's-
thing.
it really is. Of course, you have Groot and you have you also have Rocket and Cosmos happens to
Yes.
be in this as well. So
Cosmo is an interesting ad. He'd shown up in the collector's collection, hadn't he?
yeah, it was in as well as what's the duck's name?
Yeah, as Howard the Duck
Howard
showed
the
up there
Duck,
as well.
They basically
it was-
were part of his collection, the collector's collection, basically. Yeah.
So I have a question for you about Groot.
yeah,
Groot looked a little weird to me.
yeah, he did.
Was Groot not CGI?
I don't think he was.
I think he was a guy in a
I
suit.
think he was a guy in a suit.
And I thought, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. But I could tell I could tell that it was a guy in a suit.
Yeah, I really...
I could because and it's funny that I noticed it was a guy in a suit because is it because we're so used to CGI? If we didn't have the CGI, that was, would we think twice about it? But yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I mean, he wasn't tall and thin.
No.
He was kind of short and stocky.
It was
Groot.
almost like a teenager. It was
He's supposed to be
a teenager Groot at this point.
yeah, teenager or young adult Groot.
Yeah.
But he wasn't lanky and thin. So I thought
No.
I was like, that's a guy in a suit. I
Yeah.
bet that saved a ton of money.
Oh, I bet it did. In time.
Yes.
In time.
Yes.
And that would be a good question. What was the intentions? Did they want to? Was it because of money and time, or is just
They just wanted to do this thing that they want to see if they could pull it off. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that was interesting. But if that, either way, I'm sure it saved a ton on the visual effects budget.
There was an article I was reading, and you wonder why Kevin Bacon. Why? Which I thought was a
Why
fun.
not Kevin?
Why not Kevin Bacon? But they were saying during the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie released in 2014, Peter Quill called Kevin Bacon the great hero who taught people to dance.
Yes.
And Star-Lord was obsessed with the actor, and thanks to his role in Footloose, which he believes is the greatest movie ever made, and throughout the Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess that's been kind of a running gag about Kevin Bacon. So of course, during the time, this is where, they want to save Christmas for Peter, he's dealing with the loss of Gamora. And, so this is kind of one of those things where, a mission, where Mantis and Drax, they go to retrieve Kevin Bacon. Now, the thing about it, I thought Mantis and Drax had a really funny chemistry. It was almost this like this Abbott and Costello play on words, and they had like several distinctive bits that I really liked throughout it. There was one where we find out in the beginning, and I don't know. I guess should we do spoilers alert, or you think we?
Yeah,
should?
I mean, it definitely there. If you want to be surprised by this show, by this short, what is this? By this special, this is your spoiler alert. But I don't think we're going to. Well, okay, there's only one really big spoiler at the end that could affect things in future Marvel movies.
Well, I think actually it's mentioned. There's one I'm thinking of that was mentioning in the beginning. It was kind of in the point where Mantis and Dax was talking about.
Oh, I guess it is at the beginning. Yeah, yeah. I guess it's at the beginning and at the end.
And at the end, it's kind of a bookends on both.
Yeah.
Where Mantis, you know, she tells Dax through, you know, Dax wonders why she wants to do this for Peter. You know, and Mantis says, well, you know, you're the only one that knows. And basically said, well, it's that you ate all these Zagnuts. She says, no, not the Zagnuts. Basically, it's that, you know, I am Peter's sister. And,
yes.
And that, you know, I
so
am
that,
the daughter.
that could actually be a big thing in future Guardians movies.
I
if
think,
they want it to be.
I have a feeling that some of this might be setting up the next chapter just in very small points. I think some of this will be, even though it's standalone, it will fall in some kind of canon. I mean, look at they're on this is the Nowhere, the planet Nowhere.
Right.
And through it in the conversation, they talked about how the Guardians of the Galaxy actually bought it from the Collector.
Yes.
So now they own this planet, and you see throughout this special that they actually are kind of leaders of this facility, and they have responsibilities taking care of these people.
And they're fixing it up.
And they're fixing it up. So it's almost like there's this totally different situation now. Now they're leaders within this community. So this could actually have a lot of relevance in the next chapter of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You'll have two.
Now that I could see. I can see that being a big thing. You know, the sister part could play in. You know, we get that Gamora is not with them at all.
No.
And that they now own Nowhere.
I think, and I do think having a sister now will have a more weighted story. I think we may see more that, you know, Peter cares about. You know, there's an underlying, you know, emotional attachment. You know, like
if something happens to her,
exactly,
he's going to be more. He would probably go save her anyway, but he'd have more reason to want.
Have
to.
more reason to, yeah. So I think there's a lot more. So yeah, there's a couple of things that I really enjoy. You know, a couple of things I saw that I thought was interesting. One of my favorite bits, and there's some things that basically throughout this movie, this special, there are several bits.
Oh yeah,
and you know, mainly it really focuses on Mantis and Drax and just some of the things they go through. And one of the things I thought was hilarious was they went to when they arrived to Earth, and it's on I guess the what do they call it, the Benatar.
Okay,
named after the rock star. There's several things I thought was interesting. They have these certain things where, you know, they go over Hollywood off of Los Angeles, and you know, Drax does not remember to put on the cloaking device, freaking out people, but my favorite thing out of this whole thing is when they go to the Grauman's Theater.
Yes.
And they have cosplay actors there.
Yes.
And of course, Mantis sees Captain America, which is not Captain America. She runs and jumps on him, and he freaks out and runs away. But my favorite part of that whole thing,
I know where you're going,
is Drax.
Yes. Yes.
It's Drax. Drax, that's right. Drax.
GoBots killed his cousin.
So on the background,
on the background
of this selfie, there is Drax beating the crap out of a GoBot was basically
Oh my gosh.
a poor man inside just trying to do cosplay of a rip-off version of the Transformers.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
It's hilarious. So
I saw that and I was like, when I saw the Transformer looking thing, I was like, we're going with Transformers, and they say GoBots, and I was like, oh wow. Then I thought, my first thought was, does Disney own GoBots now?
I know. Well, they couldn't say Transformers apparently, so
Apparently not.
no. Because that caught me off guard. GoBots? Oh yeah, those are the cheap toys.
Yes.
Like, when your parents wouldn't buy Transformers, they
Those
bought
were
the
the-
discounted toys called the GoBots. Yes,
Discount,
unfortunately,
yeah,
I
the
remember that.
discount Transformers.
Of course, Stu, Drax and Mantis, they find themselves going to a bar. They get wasted. They find themselves out in the street. Can't find Kevin Bacon anywhere.
Okay. Before we go any further,
Yes.
so they're on this street,
Yes.
and there's a pan down.
Yeah.
Did you see the marquee as it was panning down?
I did not.
You did not. Okay.
I did not notice that.
Okay, so there's a big sign that's hanging up, and it says Kingo's Christmas.
Oh,
Kingo from
Kingo,
the
yes.
Eternals,
yes.
which is like, I didn't think Eternals was a great movie. I liked Kingo. He was kind of fun.
Yeah, I like that.
And I always wondered if they would bring him back. So apparently he is putting on a Christmas spectacular, but Christmas is spelled with a K because Kingo is spelled with a
Kingo
K.
spelled with a K.
And it's like, it's like one of those bad 80s photos.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like you've got your face and then you've got
Now I remember-
like a
yes.
circle of
Yeah.
your face
Yeah.
again, but you're turned away. It was like 3 superimposed pictures of him.
I thought I thought I saw him, but I couldn't. It did not register with me until now. You said something, so that is funny.
I thought that was pretty funny.
He was my favorite character. I didn't care for the movie, but he was the character that I mainly I loved watching.
Yes. Okay, so you kind of jumped us ahead. So they go into a bar and
Yeah.
they have the time of their lives
Oh, yeah.
in the bar.
Yeah.
Did you recognize the bartender?
No, I did not.
The bartender, I can't remember his name. He started out as an internet star. He is the party pooper guy.
Oh, really?
Why would someone go to a party and poop? They could poop at home rather than go to he's not American for real. He's not American.
No.
For real, he has a bit of an accent. Not as pronounced as he did.
Yeah.
But he used to do these bits where he would misunderstand English words, and the one that kind of took off for him was the word party pooper. And some famous person had been a party pooper in the title of some article he read, and he couldn't understand why this famous person had gone to a party just to poop. But he was in. He has since been in some movies.
Yeah.
He was in one of the. He was in the Suicide Squad.
Oh.
He's one of the characters that dies early in the Suicide Squad. And he's in that movie where the acapella movie where the girls acapella movies where they sing.
Yeah,
I can't remember I can't remember the name of the movie, but he's in one of those movies. But he's starting to become kind of a bit character in lots of little things, and I noticed it when he popped on the screen. It's like, oh, that's him. Okay, so go ahead.
No, I was saying, I think most of it after this, we deal with the dynamics of them trying to find Kevin Bacon, and eventually, I guess
Yes.
when they're laying out in the street. I guess it's one of those Hollywood maps, people that sell maps,
Yes.
maps of the stars.
Yes.
And so,
maps to the stars.
and keep in mind, Mantis, she has the ability to touch a person and basically, almost like a Jedi mind trick,
Yeah.
to get them to do what she wants to do. And so
kind of controls their emotions.
yeah, control their
You know?
emotions.
Yes.
So so basically they do find Kevin Bacon's house, which is interesting. One of the funniest things is I love how they come up to all these little toys, these little balloons, little decorations, and Dax is so fascinated. He's so infatuated with this elf, this blow up elf, green elf.
Yes.
He calls him Funny Man. This is Funny Man. And of course, Mantis has her little candy cane. She gets onto Mantis and she sees the candy cane and she grabs the candy cane. So here they are, like really have this childlike quality about them, where they
Yes.
they found this really cool thing and they hold on to it. And here they are at the door trying to asking for the legendary Kevin Bacon. And Kevin Bacon, he's trying to sit down and watch a show, which is actually an actual show. It was some sci-fi space show with Santa Claus.
Did you figure it out? I actually figured it out. It's called Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Yes, I read that. Yeah, exactly.
1964.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's trying to watch that, and he's telling them go away, and they finally get to his front door, and again, they continue to hound him to the point he threatens he's going to call the police. The next thing you know, Dax just busts through the windshield, and both of them are confronting Kevin Bacon, wanting to take him as a Christmas gift for their friend. And of course, Kevin Bacon, I mean, he's totally shocked. He's scared for his life, and one of my favorite scenes is where he runs down the street and they're chasing him on the side, just leaping over bushes. I mean, it's the weirdest thing, the strangest thing ever, seeing in a Marvel universe Kevin Bacon running through a streets of Beverly Hills being chased after by these two aliens.
It is a little okay. So I have some world building issues here.
Yes, go ahead.
So people saw the spaceship and freaked out.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon sees Mantis and Drax, maybe not the most famous of the superheroes from, floating around.
Yeah.
But not unheard of. I feel more like we're on Earth, and not Marvel Earth.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, am I wrong?
Well, I think these two characters are very not. The Guardians of the Galaxy really, have not really been celebrated as much on Earth, from what we can tell.
I guess not.
Because they're really not. Because mainly the focus of heroes on Earth has a relationship to the Avengers. So
True.
And so Guardians of the Galaxy, most of the time, honestly, they never were really on Earth. Most of the time, the battles was in space. Yeah. But yeah, I see what you're talking about. Like on the cosplay, they called Drax God of War.
Yes.
So the video game character. So
yes.
So I thought that was funny. So
that was funny.
Well, stuffing dollar bills in his shirt. But
oh my gosh.
So I guess
anyway, that's just one of those things that I thought that's a little odd. Is there no one is connecting the dots here? I mean, maybe it's just that he just thinks they're the bad guys.
Yeah, he's just freaked out. He's thinking about it. These are aliens. They show up at his front door. They go through his windshield, through his window by the door. Next thing you know, he's being chased. And, they finally get hold of him. And, of course, again, Mantis with her feelers, what she does, she says, you want to come with us. And even to the point, this part is funny. Here they are.
Yes.
they're flying, and they ask him about all the things he's done, how he, you know, Drax says, you know, tell me about how you was dancing like an idiot to
To save the world.
to save the world. And, you know, he keeps saying, no, that was a character I played in this movie. And of course, this goes on and on. No, this was a character I played in a movie. And pretty soon they realize, you're an actor? We hate actors. We hate you. And they just become very foul towards him.
Why do they hate actors
I
so
don't
much?
understand it. They pretend to be people they're not, and they were so disappointed he's not this legendary hero that man just basically finally, you know, imposes her emotions or whatever she does, saying you are a legendary, you are Kevin Bacon. But I thought it was funny too was that she made the comment. What was it? She says. She says, "Be Kevin Bacon, but
She's,
not like." Oh yeah,
She says, be Kevin Bacon
Bacon.
if he didn't suck.
yes,
Yes, because she makes him be a legendary hero,
Yes.
so he becomes this character that is a
Exactly.
legendary hero.
he talks British at first. Yes,
yeah, she's like, no, be Kevin Bacon if he didn't suck. Oh
You know,
my gosh.
So finally they bring back, you know, Kevin Bacon. Of course, later on, they decorated the town and or the area of nowhere with lights
Yes.
and a snow machine and you know Peter comes out and he's just totally amazed and it looks really good.
Yeah.
But then they bring out the gift. Groot brings out the gift.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, you hear in the gifts where there's this rattling. And he's saying, guys, I can't breathe. There's no hole in here. I can't breathe. And then, you know, Peter runs over because he's thinking, okay, somebody's in there. And next thing you know, Kevin Bacon jumps out of the box. You know, and the next thing you know, Peter is like freaking out. He says, this is not a Christmas gift. This is human trafficking.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny.
And it just goes on. And of course, you know, later on, there's the band comes out again and starts playing with Kevin Bacon out there playing on the guitar, which he actually plays with his brother. They play they play a band. And then, of course, at the end, we find out, you know, Mantis finally tells Peter that I am your sister. And, of course, then we ends it with the animated series again of, you know,
Yes.
Yondu and Peter. But
Okay, is it just me, or is the little weird green thing looking awful lot like Grogu?
it does look like Grogu. And I'm not for sure. Now, I can't remember in the, of course, in Guardians of the Galaxy, was there a little figure on there?
I don't remember.
I can't remember because I saw that
I'd have to watch the movie again to see. I don't remember at all.
You know, one thing about this, it was like, when I saw the trailer, it was funny. And the whole idea was to be lighthearted. It was a 45-minute special. Wasn't meant to be anything dramatic or anything, life, this dramatic or great acting or.
Oh yeah.
There's a few things that they did contribute that I do think will fall into canon. I think there's a couple of things we call, the city of nowhere.
Yes.
The sister Mantis.
Yes.
You were telling me, because you saw it before I did. You said there was a post scene, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be something big. This is going to be something, and
No.
all it was just was it they try to dress Groot as a Christmas tree or something?
Yes, they try to dress Groot as a Christmas tree, and he drops his arms, and everything falls off.
And they said, okay, great, now we have to do another special.
Yes. Oh no!
But the part of Groot, the gift.
Oh, the
Rocket.
gift giving. The gift
Yes.
giving was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then when Rocket gets his gift and he opens it and it's Bucky's arm.
That was priceless. I love
I don't
that.
think that will be canon.
No, I don't think so either. And it would be funny if he does something with that technology and uses it for the next movie. But
Now that would be funny.
Who knows?
Or is this going to be one of those? This is the reason why he had to get a new arm in the end game movie.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
So this was cute. I love Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
I thought it was a funny premise. It did. The special made me cringe now and then because it just felt
Really?
yeah. I was trying to be kind here, okay? I mean, when you bust out on song, in a
Yes.
Marvel,
Yes.
it kind of, and I mean, and yeah, they have, especially for a series that has a great soundtrack. Okay, I mean, that's
Yeah. The soundtrack on this is interesting.
yeah,
It is every Christmas song that you never ever want to hear at Christmas time.
no, exactly.
It's like the worst of the pop punk
Yeah.
Christmas songs.
Well, especially the first one in the beginning. I thought,
I
man,
know. Well, they don't get better though.
no, they don't get better.
And then it ends with Galway Bay, which is this
Yeah.
really weird Irish Christmas song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not your typical Christmas music, but I guess
No.
this was not your typical Christmas holiday.
No.
There was a lot about this, that was a lot about this that I mean, overall, it was. I think if you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, you got kids. I think this is great. I think
Yes.
this is a great little show. I did enjoy it because I love the whole idea of Kevin Bacon, abducting Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
I like Drax and Mantis. I thought they were awesome together.
Yeah. They really were.
Drax, he got his Christmas gift. He lost his funny man. He got his funny man back.
Yes.
The gifts, Groot got a Game Boy.
Yes.
A 1990s Game Boy, it was interesting. And, I mean, someone asked me, did you like it? I said, well, I didn't hate it. It just somebody who's watched all the Marvel series and movies, it just kind of made me cringe at times. And
This was Lego Marvel.
Yes.
This was Lego holiday special kind of humor,
oh, did you like how
but in live action.
Going back to the whole cosplay thing, did you like how they had a couple of Disney characters like Captain Jack from Pirates of the Caribbean?
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he was in there. There was a couple of Disney characters, so
Nice.
you kind of saw that the whole Disney influence there. By the way,
Nice.
we own this.
We own this.
Yeah, whether
We
it's
own
good or
GoBots
not.
now, apparently.
Exactly. Apparently, but so anyway, I mean, I don't know if the avid Marvel fan. What do you give me your thoughts on some of this? Do you think?
Okay, so here's my thoughts. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah,
It's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that if you are a Marvel diehard, you don't need to watch this show if you don't want to.
no.
I think it's better than the Star Wars holiday
Oh,
special.
definitely. I mean,
It has a better storyline.
Well, no, I mean, if basically compared to the Star Wars holiday special, you should give this an Emmy. I mean, that's how bad the Star Wars holiday episode was. But yeah, so I don't know. For what it was fine. Again, it was fine. I think the only thing that came out of it that was I think that had any relevance is the idea of Peter having a sister.
Yes, I think that's probably the only important thing to know.
But
all of the rest of it was just silliness.
But honestly, if they wanted to, as far as them buying the planet Nowhere from the Collector, and as far as Mantis being Peter's sister, could have been addressed in the next movie.
Absolutely.
So it wasn't anything that had to be done during the series. So, but anyway, they did it, and that's the part that connects this.
And apparently, GoBots exist in the Marvel universe.
Apparently, yes.
Since GoBots killed Drax's cousin.
Yes, I couldn't.
So that is actual canon now.
Yes. That's sad. I didn't really want it to embrace it that way. I really didn't want to think that far. But great. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. No.
The more I think about it, the worse it gets.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what else to say about this.
I don't either. I thought it was a fun little arc. I'm not going to go watch this over and over again. No. The music is interesting, but nothing to write home about.
No.
This is not a soundtrack I want to listen to.
Oh, no.
It is an interesting Christmas playlist if you want an interesting Christmas playlist.
It definitely is.
If you play this at a Christmas party, people will go, "What are we listening to?"
Exactly.
I mean, that's all I have. And
I do too. It's funny. This was the last. It's funny how we kind of threw this together at the last minute. We've been able. We weren't for sure whether we're going to be able to do the show this tonight. So it just turned out that it worked out. And of course, we said, "Hey, this is a 45-minute ditty. Let's go ahead and watch this sucker.
Let's do it."
So, but anyway.
Well, that's all I have for you.
That's all I have, my friend. Yeah, and if there's. Like we always say, check us out on www.speakingnerdy.com. There we'll have our YouTube channel that you can watch. We also have our podcast channels that you can stream from any favorite streaming device you have. And we also have some Merc in there too, if you want to check that out. And is there anything else, my friend?
I think that's it, man.
Okay, well, you check us out Tuesday. We come out on the YouTubes, and we also, our audio podcast is released on Tuesday as well, on all streaming formats.
This has been the Speaking Nerdy podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend and compadre, Mr. Ricky Poe. I hope we don't have any more turkeys coming down. That was not a...
Hitting the ground like wet cement.
I mean, that's not right. I mean, I can understand, but turkeys falling from the ground.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Exactly.